Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use a Google Chat. Now, a Google Chat is a platform developed by Google, just like you have WhatsApp by Facebook, and you have um, other platforms like iMessage by Apple. Um, Google also have theirs, and it's called Google Chat. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to go about it, and it's actually really cool if you're using for a student, for your students, for businesses, as much as possible. So stick with me. I'm going to show you how this can be done. So the first thing you have to do is open your Google. It can work on other platforms as well as other web browsers like Edge, um, um, and others, right? You know them, your Mozilla Firefox, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how this is done. Now, what you do is when you open your Chrome, you're going to see something like this, right? Click here, Google Apps, and then you're going to see charts. Okay, if you want, the name of the website is actually chat.google.com. Okay, you can also see it embedded also in your mail, okay, your Gmail. Okay, okay, it's just a desktop app. It's still online. You just have to install it and then you can open it as much as possible, but I don't need it right now. So you're going to see something like this. Okay, now this is where you people send you messages, where it goes to, and this space simply means group, right? Just like you create a WhatsApp group, you also create what we call a space, and in that space you have what we call a space manager. Okay, you could just differentiate it. Maybe this is for a business space, for which other, and then you can add them using their Gmail. Okay, and now for status, you click active, and then you can now add a status. Probably your way on a business trip, you can just add the status and say business trip. Okay, business trip. Okay, business trip, and probably you be away for like 4 hours, and then you can actually add it there, or you could say meeting, right? And it's going to just find for it. You can actually change it if you want to show for what you're actually doing right now. Okay, and then probably the meeting is going for 1 hour, and so when people are chatting with you, they can know, okay, he's in the meeting, and then probably they can just drop a message, and as much as possible reach back to you in an hour. And it's actually really a cool feature for the Google Chat. Okay, and here you can say your way. You are active, that means you're online. It's based on your activities. You can say do not disturb. It's going to mute the chat notifications. Chats are going to be there, but you're not going to be notified about it. You can set as away, and the more you click on set as away, it means you're currently not online and ready to attend to any course. Then we have another key feature here known as the chat notification settings. Okay, this simply means allow chat notifications. Um, you could put a tune for the notifications you want. Maybe the tennis. It shows an example. Maybe snappy, right? Just whichever one. Music box, right? And then you can receive emails if you hadn't read a message with the at. Okay, and of course you can put the range of where you do not want to be disturbed. Okay, I don't want to be disturbed from 10 p.m. to like when you're having your nap, or you're resting at night, and you can just put it right there. Okay, you can see that it's using my device time zone, which is West Africa Standard Time, which is where I'm recording from. Okay, all right, and we have blocked users, but people that you don't want them to chat you up. Okay, that came out. Okay, people you don't want them to chat you up, you can actually block them. Okay, and they don't have access to you. And then you could block spaces. Maybe you don't. Maybe you added to a workspace, and you know what? They keep adding you. You can just block them. They go in there. And then another cool thing about the Google Chat is you have the option of making a light theme, or then you have it to make it a dark theme. So whichever one you want to do is totally fine. Okay, is totally fine. So this is just it really cool. It's actually very simple to hang around with. It's quite simple. You can close your space, you can open it. And now another good thing is the meet. Okay, so right here in the workspace, you can actually join a meeting. You can actually create a meeting, and you can actually send the invite to the meeting. Another thing is, even in the workspace, in the chat, you could actually do that. Okay, let me just probably chat myself up using my school mail, my organizational mail. I think I have it here. Let's see. Okay, I think I saw it there, right. Let me just, okay, and now, okay, fail to load the chat. Probably this is just within. Uh, Probably let me use this. Okay, I can use this. It's fine, right? It's not gonna work. It's not accepting other users. I'm away right here, right? And you can actually send a message, "Hello, Jairo." Now that is me chatting with myself, okay? And you can actually send a chat, right? Now another thing is it has features of formatting features. Probably you want to type a long message, hello, and you could type in a formatting feature here, and maybe you want to specify the gyro, and you could just highlight this, and then you can bold it. You could change the color if you want. You could underline it, so it's actually really cool to do that. And then you have your emojis as much as possible. You could hey, hello Agile, probably you put in there, maybe you're crying or something, I don't know. And then you have GIF if you want to add your GIF inside of it, and then you could actually upload a file. Okay, you could actually upload your file, and then you can send it as well. And then another key thing about it, you can have a one-on-one meeting, so you could just add the meeting and you can tell the person to join in, and you can have that one-on-one meeting, which is actually really 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 cool. So I advise everybody to join the Google chat. I prefer it to like WhatsApp. It's easier for businesses, right? And for also workspaces is actually really cool because another cool thing about the workspace is the fact that you can create a space and people can just maybe talk about it and people can reply inside of it. You don't have to just tag you or whatever, unlike you have in WhatsApp. You could just reply on it, and that is actually real cool. So it's actually a real cool feature. I'm just going to pause this and go to my other chat to show you an example of what I'm talking about. Okay, so this is the workspace from the one I am having with my students, and here they are able to just interact with each other and interact with me as much as possible to just see areas of confusion we're having in the class, which is actually good. The good thing about the workspace is you don't literally need to have anybody's phone number or whatever, just their email, and you're able to communicate with them, send messages, which is more like a chat platform, more slicker than that of WhatsApp, right? And now your workspaces, which is like a WhatsApp group, can be restricted, right? You can restrict it. Here you see let's talk about the space setting, where you can who can manage the members in group space managers only. And you mean does the space manager can be able to manage the group, change the name, whatever, do settings as you have in your WhatsApp group. And uh, now, external membership settings can also be selected when a space is created. Now, this simply means that people, if you check on this, people outside your organization, we're using a Google Workspace, so we have a domain, right? So it simply means that people that are not within your domain can actually join. We don't want that, okay? And who can modify the space settings? Obviously the space managers, just as you have as what we call your admins on WhatsApp, okay, who can turn off the history on and off. Obviously the space managers can do that, okay. You can do whatever changes you want to do with that, but usually the space managers to just control everything. Now that's also for permission as well. And then we have the space details, which is setting out guidelines for your students when using these platforms, and talking about the description, what this is all about, right? It's so easy and so accessible to use. Now, another key feature I was talking about is this, where you can actually send a message, and people right here can just either add an emoji and then they can reply to it, and that makes it easier, so you don't have to just copy and just reply. They can actually reply on it, on that thread, which is actually a good one. And you can just click on them and you can perhaps send a message to them, schedule an event with them, create a video meeting invite with them, so which is actually really really cool. So the the Google Chat platform is actually a really cool platform where you could handle a lot of stuff as much as possible. You have your chat, you have your workspace, you have your meet. So it's really, really cool. So I would employ um, organizations, businesses, schools to make use of this platform. Is actually cool. And now the good thing about this, once people join in, they can be able to see all past events. Now, also on the workspace, something I want to talk about also in the workspace is the idea of creating, yeah, they see all the files have been uploaded right here, the source files. You can add more files to it, and which is actually cool. You can be able to see the date stamp in which it has been posted, and then you can actually assign tags, right? So the Google tags is embedded in it, where you can add a tags. For example, probably you want to give a reading assignment. You could say chapter maybe 4 to 8. You could add a date. um, Now, obviously, this has been completed by this student. You could add a chapter to this. You could add a date when you want this to be done as much as possible. I need this completed before Sunday, right? And the time should be probably 11. Okay, 11:30 is fair. So before then, so you should be done reading, and I can assign it to just a student. Now, the danger about this is hopefully they're going to work on it. This is shared with space managers, assignee. Okay. Okay. So I can actually print it as well. So I have the I can assign it to just a student. That is just it. Hopefully, if they're watching this, probably we could have a way we can just let me see. Okay. See, so probably I think that is just one of the downside about these I've observed. So as much as possible, obviously they can work on this where we can just assign it to so many students, and they don't have to just because you just have an assignee. We just have the privilege where we can be able to assign as many people to this task. So I think that's just the only setback in the Google Chat. Obviously, they're able to work on it and get this sorted as much as possible, and then we can add you can add the space stars. You can click on add, right? So when you click on this add, so it is now assigned, right? Is assigned, and we're not having anybody it's been assigned to. And if you come here to the chart, you see that created the task assigned. Okay, it's been assigned. I think this is what I do, just assign it to everybody without putting a particular name. So but obviously we can have an art where you can just tag all. I think that can actually work best. And once anybody's done reading this, obviously here they're able to just click on it, and then it will show them the due date where this should be done, and they can view this in chat as well right here, and they can comment on it. um, um, Kindly mark as done, on the Google Classroom when you are done reading. Okay, and also indicate here as well. Okay, here as well. Okay, so probably this is another way of saying, okay, fine, if you're done reading, just let me know right here. I'm done reading this chapter, and of course it's IGCSE ICT, and you're done reading. So I think it's actually a really cool feature, and yeah, I think that is all about that's all about the Google Workspace, and which is actually really, really cool. You could change your notification sounds. I think I prefer the music box. You could use Piggyback. Okay, Piggyback is fine. Probably you could use Shrinkway. Hmm, Treasure. Okay, I think Treasure is fine. I think Treasure is fine. So yeah, that's all about it. And please do want to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more amazing teachings on lots of applications and even for IGCSE ICT. Bye bye. Thank you.